The Elder Scrolls Online, the only MMORPG set in the Elder Scrolls series alongside Skyrim and Oblivion, came out with a lot of promises 10 years ago. Let's see if after a decade of evolution, it fulfilled the expectations of millions of nerds, or if I have to put it to the flame like I did with all the past MMO failures. Hello everyone, this is Goddess Demoness and Synera, and you may wonder why the Synera's in a cage. Well, you may remember us from our previous videos in ESO, in which I had to lock her up in order to teach her a lesson. Let's see if she can provide me with all the Elder Scrolls drama that no one talked about, since she spent over 3,000 hours in this game. To tell you the truth, it's hard for me to say whether ESO is fun or not, because I can barely play. Not only does it take up my entire laptop, but it's also laggy as shit, and I can only move around a tiny bit, even on Synera's laptop, to talk to a few simps and try to film one scene. We end up filming that scene 10 times anyway, because if the recorded file doesn't end up corrupted, then the video itself has as many frame rates as a still image. Every video I've seen of this game on YouTube, although having an inferior quality, runs smooth as hell. You may say it's our problem. Well, no, it's not. The problem is all of you having a computer that glows in 10,000 different colors, and I don't f***ing understand why. Synera told me the game used to work on her laptop, so clearly the shitheads at ZeniMax broke something. And speaking of YouTube videos, from what I've seen, every video about Elder Scrolls Online is the exact same, from the editing and the thumbnail to the topic of the video. It looks like everyone is trying to cash in on, is ESO worth trying? And I am tired of seeing that. I don't care about their opinion, only my opinion matters. While there is no content creator program like in some smaller games that forces its members to spread toxic positivity, the content creators for this game are so brainwashed that they copy each other's scripts and spread toxic positivity by themselves. To show you that I truly care about my subjects, I'm going to address the main problem this game has: the Crown Store. Now, the shop doesn't bother me by itself because I have my simps, but the amount of money you have to spend if you want something decent looking just because most of it is locked behind mystery boxes is ludicrous. Not to mention that the boxes change so f***ing much. I don't mind leaving a few simps broken homeless, but Synera can't even purchase a pink hairstyle because of this limited time bullshit and has to wear a f***ing hood so she doesn't ruin the channel's aesthetic. As we mentioned in the previous video, the houses that come out are as expensive as an apartment in Romania. How can I be a goddess without a castle? All I have is this cottage Synera made for me, because it's cheaper to build a castle in Romania with stolen money from Italy than to buy one from the Crown Store. So all of you 40-year-olds, stop spending your wages on this garbage and spend it on something worthwhile, such as our Patreon, where you can get monthly digital and physical rewards by pledging to one of our tiers. There are hundreds of mounts in ESO which you can purchase in-game or from the Crown Store. But do you know how many mounts you can buy from the in-game vendors? 3 horses! There are less than 5 mounts you can earn from in-game activities, and most of them are locked behind loot boxes. Look at this idiot, for example. Synera thought she could purchase one of the lizards he has on display, but no, he sells the same f***ing horses. If she wants to ride something else, she needs to ride something else before she can afford it. This is a good time to tell you about the convoluted systems such as mount training, which we talked about in our previous video. You need to remember to visit the sky daily on every character if you want to increase your riding speed, stamina, or carrying capacity. If you have any sort of life outside of ESO, you need to dedicate a lot of time for this game if you want to get anywhere. And you know that I hate spending more than 10 minutes in an MMO, 5 of which are spent logging in. And don't get me started on crafting and masterists. Maesterists, whatever. If I want to do arts and crafts, I'll do so in real life. About gold making, I can't complain because I have my own skills, so don't talk to me about inflation. The only inflation I care about is the inflation of my boobs so that I can make more gold. There is way too much to read in this game. I'd rather read Mistress Kenya's books, and there are way too many furries, Orgonians, cat people, whatever. You are distracting Synera from making this video. There are people complaining that Elder Scrolls Online is too easy. To them I say, are you dumb. The only thing I find difficult is having to do quests. All I want is to play dress up. Fine, ZeniMax should add some difficulty option for those who want to spend 12 hours with their asses glued to their expensive gaming chairs. The game is far from dead, and the regular expansions are generally well received and accompanied by CGI trailers. While the latest one, Gold Road, had an exceptionally good reception, there are still some people complaining about so-called woke elements in ESO. It seems using the word woke so easily all around became a hobby for some of those Giga Chad wannabe attention seekers. Just like this bitch, who has a whole channel dedicated to hate against freedom of identity and expression of love. She decided to target the new gender-confused companion, but ESO always had stuff like that, so I don't see the problem. Yeah, maybe they could have tackled other issues, considering it's a fantasy where you can pick whatever gender you identify with, but whatever. Look at yourself, you look like a fucking walking manuscript, don't get me wrong. I love tattoos, but you have some anger issues. No one should be angrier than me. If you want to see more of me, make sure to like, subscribe, and share our content. And if you want to talk to other MMO nerds, join our Discord server through the link in the description. And if watching our videos isn't enough, you can play this game and more by using our link to create a Boosteroid account where you can play hundreds of games for just €9.89 a month. If your computer is as shitty as ours, you'll be happy to know that you don't have to download anything on your PC. Simply connect to their platform and play any of the games available directly in your browser. You can even log into your Steam or Battle.net account and lose hours of your life in World of Warcraft before we burn it in our next video. Again, use our link in the description to sign up. Now, back to my lovely pink nerd. What have you learned from this rant, Synera, as well as from every fire we have started in MMO's past? Have you finally learned to renounce your compassion for these games? Prove it to me, sister. Burn it! I love it when everything turns into nothing more than dust.